let us discuss about web development. What exactly the web development? I'll be explaining for the basic understanding. Okay. In this video, I'll be covering the topics: what exactly the web development, web pages, websites, and web designing, basics of web development, types of web development, and why this web development is important. Before moving to the video, in the end of the video, I'll be asking a simple question, so please do watch completely. So, what is this web development? It is a work involved in developing a website for internet or an intranet. It could be of World Wide Web or a private network. Simply, I can say it is a creation of dynamic web applications or a websites. We all might hear of social networking sites like Facebook, e-commerce sites like Amazon, Flipkart, and nowadays food delivering apps. Every business is having their own websites. It is closely related to a job of designing features and functionality of apps search for a particular website. I can say it is an act of building, creating, and maintaining of a website. Creating of web application or website isn't that easy, right? For creating an application or the web development process requires a team of experts responsible for implementing different tasks. Like we know that to create a website, we all need a various phases such as having an idea, like plan or strategy, designing with the help of programming languages or code, like testing, and after a lot of procedure, launching the website. When it comes to internet surfing or browsing, we all might hear a lot of technical terms doing rounds. So, the basic web pages and website. Web pages. It is nothing but a single document or a single page used for viewing. Like when you open a website in a browser, for a viewing, the first page it will be a login page or a sign up page in a kind of particular website like Amazon, Facebook, and you search it in for browsers. Okay, what is this website called? Website is a collection of web pages that put under a domain and in a online. Okay, websites are the files stored on the service. Browsers are the computer programs that load websites via your internet connection. Right. As we know that Google Chrome, Internet Explorer are the browsers, search engines, while the computers used to access these websites are known as clients. Point to remember, computers used to access these websites are known as clients. Okay, the pages are linked together with the hyperlinks. In meanwhile, some popular categories of websites are affiliating the websites like e-commerce websites, dating websites, social networking websites, and more like nowadays food delivery apps. Every businesses are having their own kind of websites. Okay? So, assume this book is your website. Flipping over pages are your web pages. We all know, right? Books were the most common way of reading content before the internet began. As we also might know that every page has their own entity, right? So, a single document can be accessed digitally, more explicitly, more specifically. It can be of a full page of text, photos, or images. In the website, we can also insert a video type, right? It can be of a simple type. Web pages are free to access through the website in browsers through internet. Generally, websites have a multiple web pages together under a common domain name, right? In a online. How this client will be requesting to the server with the help of these protocols. For the basic understanding, what is this protocols? Like IP address, HTTP, and DNS are the most basic things you have to know before you are entering into the website. Okay, to access a website, you need to know its internet protocol address. Okay, an IP address is a unique string of numbers. Like each device has an IP address to identify itself from billions of websites and devices connected via internet. To find your IP address, you can search in a browser. What is my IP address? Like, what is your computer's IP address? Every system, every computer having the IP address, a number used to identify a network. Okay? What does HTTP mean? I can say it is a translator between a client and a server. It provides a framework to the client, that means of your computer, and the server can speak the same language when they make requests and responses to each other over internet. Okay, client sends the request and server responses for your request. It is a translator. And what does this DNS mean? Like, without this DNS, your brain would be filled with numbers, just trying to remember all the time, like IP address for every single website you use. Like, it plays a crucial role for whole HTTP request process, as it allows us to call a website or a web page by typing a simple domain name. Like, instead of IP address, you simply can use the domain name, like website name. How website works. You can access a website by loading it through a browser, right? You might hear search engines like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and web browsers. These are said to be our search engines, also known as client. As said, server client model. Like, the browser sends an HTTP request message to the server asking it to send a copy of website to the client. The data is sent between the client and server across the internet. It could be resources from another application process acting as a server. Okay? Let's say, like, your friend sends a link of funny video. When you click on it, the link, like, your browser will be opening and sends the request to the video website, that is of the server, asking for the video file. The website's server receives the request and sends the file to your computer. You got it right? In a client-server model, any process can act as a server or a client. Okay? So, as a part of protocols, we discussed HTTP, IP address, and DNS service, right? So, the other common protocols include like TCP/IP and UDP/IP addresses. So, here is my question: what is the role of this TCP/IP in the web development? Let me know in comments. Okay? So, let us discuss the types of web development. As we said, it is a client-server model. It will be having three types. Front end focuses on the client side, who specializes in the user interface. Okay. Back end, who write underlying code for the running all website operations, that is a server-side development. And who manage all the aspects of a website are said to be a full-stack developer. Like, in this development of technologies, they have both the front end and back end technologies. Okay, each type focuses on a different area of web development, but all they have one thing in common is coding. Okay, front end is responsible for look and feel of website. Example, colors, type, icons, and images that appear on the screen. Back end is for maintaining the code, runs the website, and ensures that data flow is properly to the website and transactions are processed correctly or not. That code connects the website to the server. Okay, you got it right? The differences between the front end, back end, and full stack development. Nowadays, the businesses and organizations are targeting on the people who got these technologies. So, hope you all guys learn it quickly if you are MCA degree or a BTech student. Okay? Front end and back end. It is a client, web server, application server, and database. This is the diagram that I have. Okay? So, let us discuss front end development. As I said earlier, it is a client side. It is a client side of a website or a software that you see and interact. It will be using a combination of HTML, CSS and JavaScript, like to users to interact, okay? And backend development, it is everything happens on a backstage, like behind the scenes, code running, deployment, and when you use the internet, it contains the servers where your web pages are located, and that logic, controlling of the website's functions and processes, all will be done in this backend. Okay, it will be using some kind of technologies like programming languages like PHP, Ruby, C Sharp, and it will be working with the systems like servers, operating systems, APIs, and databases. And they manage the code for security, content, and site architecture. I hope you all guys got the difference between the front end and back end developments, right? So, full stack development covers both the front end and back end responsibilities depending on the complexity of website, like from the server side to the user interface. Together, the front end and back end development creates web applications and websites, but as a specialty, they focus on creating different sides of a site. And also, these are very important piece on software development. So take a look for this example, okay? Google, as I said, it is a search engine. We can also search for other websites, right? You can see the URL http www and the domain name .com, right? Query.com is another website. We are searching in the Google, okay? This is the front view. Like using the front end, you will be developing the colors, icons, and the view, okay? So let us look to the example of facebook.com. It is also having a login or sign up page, and URL is same, having facebook.com domain name. And let us see amazon.com. We'll be having different websites, okay? It is also having the same URL in a search engine. So in short, I can say web development is a great field for anyone who values the professional growth. It is a broad range of tasks from coding to the technical design to performance of website that is running on the internet. At the most basic level, we've discussed about web browsers, web servers, search engines, and website, right? We heard of search engine, that where you search for your information of a particular website, that are said to be your web browsers that are helpful to access a different websites on the internet on your behalf. Web server, it will be sending the request. Which one? Browsers will be sending the request to the web server, which transmits the information back to the browsers, which displays on your findings on computer. Website, it is a collection of information that organized into the web pages which are made for a certain purpose, right? I hope you all guys understand the basics of most basic level of web development requirements. So we will be discussing more about web development in upcoming videos. Let me know the answer for question in comments. Thank you for watching.